identify each of these objects. Okay, here on the screen you can see what is this demo 203L. What do you call that?
Specification name.
Yeah, specification name or number. Here, okay, it's a combination of both name and numbers. Fine, it's a specification. And just below that, material safety data sheet.
Property tree.
Yeah, it's a property tree. Fine. And below that, we have some folders. In fact, in MSDS property tree, there are 16 folders. What do you call them?
Value assignment.
Value assignment types, or you can also call it as VATs, or simply you can call it as a value assignment. All three are fine. Okay, this is a value assignment type. And when I expand, when I go inside that folder, here too I have some data. Infection hazards, first aid general information, first aid eye, first aid skin, like that. What are these? These are also value. These are also value assignment types. Yeah. They are also value assignment types. Both folder as well as the data inside. Both are value assignment types. But how do you differentiate them? How do you differentiate a folder from the data inside? This folder type of value assignment type is called as a node in the property tree, or simply you can call it as node. If you feel difficult that you cannot remember that entire word, node in the property tree, you can simply call it as a node. That is fine. So what is the data object inside that?
Normal value.
Normal value assignment type. So again, if you find it difficult, just call it as normal. So you have a node and you have a normal. Both are value assignment types, that is common, but one can be called as a node, another is a normal value assignment type. Okay, fine. Then when I double click on one of these normal value assignment type, I can see in my application area, we get this data. So especially here you can see for first aid general information, they have maintained data like call a physician immediately, keep under medical supervision. So these two data they have maintained for first aid general information. So where do you add this data? Where do you assign this data? What do you call the data object?
Characteristics.
Yeah, it is called as a characteristic. So here how many characteristics are there? In the first aid general information VAT, how many characteristics are there? Can you identify? We have just one characteristic. Here advice is the characteristic. It's not usage, it's not inheritance, it's not the other columns here, it is only advice. So the actual data where you are maintaining for your value assignment type, that is called as a characteristic. And how many characteristics can we have? Minimum is 1, okay, that is understood. Minimum is 1. And more than that, how many can we have? There is no defined limit for that. You can have 1, 2, sometimes 5, sometimes 10, sometimes 15, no problem. You can have n number of characteristics. So as much as characteristics required to define that particular data object, you can use so many characteristics. So here for explaining first aid general information, just one characteristic is enough. Okay, for first aid general information, one characteristic is enough because we are just giving the advice. But on the other hand, if I go to some other example, let's say I go to firefighting measures. Okay, I will go to firefighting measure. See, sometimes you will get this error, guys. You can see here, you will get a error like this. You just simply close it off. Okay, let me go to some other specification. Let me check. Let me go to this. Okay, now let me go to extinguishing media. See, again here also I am getting. Just close it off. Whenever you get that error message, just close it off. Now here, when I go to extinguishing media, this is a normal value assignment type. I am inside extinguishing media. Can you count and tell me how many characteristics are here?
Two, sir. Suitable and unsuitable.
Yeah, there are only two. There are only two characteristics. One is a suitable, another is a unsuitable characteristic. Right? We have only two. Now, if I click here, let's say already for the suitable, they have maintained some fire blanket as the option. Let's say if you don't want that, what you can do? Let's say I don't want this fire blanket as a suitable extinguishing media. I want, let's say, water. So how do I select water? I want water to be a suitable extinguishing agent. I don't want fire blanket. So how to go about that?
Click water and click the OK button.
Double click on water.
Select water from the list and click OK.
Double click on water. It will get added. But I just want water. I don't want this fire blanket. See, now what will happen? If I simply click on transfer, both will come. But my requirement is only water. I don't want this fire blanket. So what do we do in such a case?
Double click on fire blanket.
Double click on fire blanket. So it will get unselected. And now you have only water as a selected phrase. Now just click on transfer. That will be added here. Right? So like that you can select. Okay, now let's go to unsuitable and select some other extinguishing media which may be unsuitable for our chemical. Yeah. Here you can select multiple also. It's not required. It's not a requirement that you should select only one value. You can assign multiple values also. Let's say, for example, as a unsuitable, I want to select sand, I want to select cement, and also I want to select carbon dioxide. Okay, I want to select three phrases as a unsuitable. So I have to just double click on sand. It will get selected. Double click on cement and double click on carbon dioxide. So these are the three unsuitable fire extinguishing agents. Now click again on transfer. They will be added here under unsuitable. Okay, and save the data. Whenever you assign the data, just click on save. So that values are added. Okay, so here we have two characteristics. Again, there are multiple sometimes. When I go to physical chemical properties, I can show you there are multiple. For example, I will go to maybe density. Fine, let's go to density. See, it will not allow me to go into density. Whenever I double click, I will get this message. So what you should do, just close it, then click on cancel button. Click on cancel button. Now double click on density. It will come again, but no problem. Once you close it off, you will be inside the density. Okay, now here you tell me how many characteristics are here for density.
One.
One. Just one.
7 or 8.
Seven.
More than
Seven.
7.
Okay, let's see which are they. Accuracy 1. Oh, okay. Before that also I think there are. No. Accuracy 1. Value 2. Again accuracy 3. Temperature 4. Accuracy 5. Pressure 6. Method 7. And then GLP 8. Remarks 9. So your characteristic is very easy to be identified wherever you have to assign the value. That is your characteristic. So if you observe here, these are the places where we can add some value or we can assign the value. So only those columns you have to count. Here we have 9 characteristics because we need 9 characteristics to define the density of that chemical. That is why they are using 9 different characteristics. Or if you have to define color, let's say I just want to tell what is the color of that chemical. How many characteristics will I need? To convey the information, what is the color of that material or chemical? How many characteristics do you need?
Only one character, sir.
One is enough, no? I just have to tell what is the color. I don't have to explain more than that. I just have to tell what is the color. So when I go to this value assignment type color, there I will find there will be just one character. Again, see, because of the error, I have to click on cancel, then double click on color. I hope you people don't get this error, but sometimes we cannot avoid. Yeah. So here you have the characteristic color where you can assign just one value. It could be black, white or whatever color. That's the only characteristic we have. Right? So you are getting some idea what is a characteristic? A characteristic is used to define the property of the value assignment type. Or characteristic is used to define the properties of any object. I will give definitions, don't worry. And
So means what means these characteristics means color, density, means all the for example in density there are more than 7 characteristics, accuracy, temperature.
yeah,
So it is means auto defined by the nature of the data, or we create all those characteristics.
we have to create now. See, if you are manufacturing some chemical, who will know what are its density properties? Who will know what vapor pressure is applicable for that chemical? That manufacturer has to know. So this data, what I am showing you, this data is actually created by the end user or the company that is using the SAP EHS software. Right? So if you are a chemical company, let's assume, and you are manufacturing some cleaning agent called Easy Clean. Just like how you have Harpic or some other cleaning agent which you use normally. So that is a chemical. And if you are manufacturing, you should provide the MSDS. So who has to create that? The chemist in that company has to create the MSDS. So he will know, right, what is the density, what is the color and all the other parameters. He should know, obviously, because he is manufacturing. So they are going to add these values here.
Means for example, sir, if you open the density again,
Yeah.
Sir, which one is the cancel button, sir? After the error coming, you are going and clicking.
See, the error we are getting now, it is showing that there is some phrase error. Okay, there is some phrase error. And hopefully in your systems it should not happen. But see what happens whenever you add some data in one of the value assignment types, we are getting that error. It's very common from long time we are seeing this. So you have to just close it off. Close it and then see, for example, we are currently in density, no? We are in density. Let's say I want to go to state of matter. I want to go inside state of matter. So how should I go? I have to double click on state of matter. But what will happen when I double click? I will get this box where it is saying there are some faulty phrases and all that blah blah it is saying. and it will not allow me to go there to the state of matter. Even if I click on continue, I am still in density. So how can I go here to state of matter? By double clicking, it's not happening. It's not taking me to state of matter. So what should I do? I have to click here on cancel and then double click on state of matter. So now I am inside state of matter.
Got it, sir.
Like that. Please remember, all of you, it will not normally come if your server is new, but once you start assigning some data into the specifications, you may expect. So you should know how to manage this error. Okay, so yeah, we are in the state of matter. So we are using characteristics to assign the value for the state of matter.
So I was asking, so means, for example, I am a chemist and
Yeah.
I have to prepare MSDS for a particular easy clean by Chemster. So I will means open this SAP platform and all. Will go to the property tree and will select the different weights, normal
Yes.
weights. And in normal weights, I will create means the state of matter, solid, temperature, accuracy according to the my material. But all these characteristics, like state of matter or precision, temperature, who decides all these parameters should be added there? For a
In a
particular
standard MSDS document, if you go and see what are the requirements in MSDS, there they have very clearly told, whenever you are preparing MSDS, all these parameters have to be added. It is
So,
a
and means
requirement for the document.
So it is done by means that the technical consultants. So they derive this platform according to the MSDS guidelines.
No, we can see, normally SAP will give you some standard property trees like MSDS and all, they are very common. They will give you the standard property tree will be preloaded in the system. But if you want to modify something, or if you want to create your own set of property tree, or you want to create your own value assignment type, that is also possible. And it is not done by that chemist. We have to do it. See, what is the use of a SAP consultant? If everything that chemist can only do, then why we are employed? What is our job there? Let's say tomorrow the format will change. Till now, in state of matter, these were the only characteristics that we required. But tomorrow the requirement will change. They will say, no, you have to add also one more column here, one more characteristic, and let's say we have to add a remark here. Okay, so in the state of matter section of your MSDS, a remark column should also be there. So how will you add that? Because in the standard system we don't have, we have only pressure. Up to pressure we have the characteristics. How will you add a remark? Can that chemist add that new column called remark here? Possible?
Maybe means we have to go to the SPRO, I think, for that purpose, or maybe it will be done by a technical team.
Not technical team, it will be done by the functional consultant itself. We have to do it.
Okay.
So here how many are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5. There are 5 characteristics. Let's say some format will change tomorrow, because you know the formats, regulations will keep on changing. Tomorrow it will change again. They will say, boss, here we were adding only 5 data points, but now we have to add remark column also. Remark should also be added. It is mandatory. So what those poor guys will do, they don't know anything about the software, they are not into IT, all they know is about chemicals. So what they will do is they will raise a request to the support consultant and they will say, we want one more characteristic to be added here, and the name of that characteristic should be remarks. You will get that, receive that request, and then you have to create it. Not by a technical consultant.
We will create by SPRO.
We don't create it by SPRO. There is a transaction code. We'll see that later on. but it is
Okay.
possible. We can create. Yeah, we can create. Okay, you are getting my point. So each of these things you can create. Whatever you see here, including your value assignment types, including your characteristics, you can create. You can customize the data. Possible. Okay, so these are the
Okay.
characteristics which I just wanted to show you. I hope it is clear. Sometimes it may be just one characteristic, sometimes there may be 9, 10 or even 15. So now let's go back. I'll just give you the definitions, guys, because I have just shown you what are the different data objects in the structure, but I have not given any kind of definition and all. So specification name or number you already know. I have already written that. Specification definition I had given you, right? So this is the definition for a specification. You can simply copy that. Specifications are data objects that use value assignment for physical and chemical data to define certain properties. So that same thing I will add here. This is the definition for specification. Next, how will you define a property tree? So here, which is a property tree? In this particular specification, which is the property tree?
MSDS.
Yeah, material safety data sheet is the property tree. Okay, but how will you define what is a property tree? What do you understand by this word property tree? Let me write the property tree offers a structured display. The property tree offers a structured display of all the value assignment types that you can edit. The property tree offers a structured display of all the value assignment types that you can edit. So what does it mean? What do you understand? The property tree will allow you to display all the value assignment types in a structured manner. That is what they are saying. In layman language, I can say that property tree is used to display the value assignment types in a structured manner. Okay, what do I mean by that? Again, if you go back to the server, this property tree material safety data sheet is allowing you to display this data, to display this value assignment type in a structured manner. Structured manner means, see here the serial number is 1, here it is 2, 3, 4, like that it is arranged in a serial order. There is no confusion here, there is no mix-up. You are able to see all the 16 folders in a proper manner and they are displayed in a logical way, one below the other. There is no mix-up. You are not getting composition at the last. You are not getting toxicological information at the third position. They are arranged in a logical manner. Right? One below the other very neatly as per the requirement, you are able to display the data. And this is possible only because of property tree. If you don't have property tree, you cannot display the data like this. Not at all possible. Let's say if I remove the property tree, I will do something and remove this property tree, then there will be no data below that. You will only get this name, specification name. There will be no property tree, no value assignment types, no characteristics, nothing will be there. So property tree is a very much required data object. Without that, you cannot maintain the data. Okay, it's a mandatory data object. And by using this property tree only, you will be able to display the data in a logical manner, like this in the MSDS. Okay, can I maintain more than one property trees? Here it is material safety data sheet. Can I manage or can I create multiple property trees and maintain the data inside? Is that possible?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, it is possible. Definitely. When you create a specification, guys, don't think we can only maintain MSDS data. We can maintain multiple other types of data. I will show you some examples. When you right click on MSDS, okay, there is an option called other property tree. You see this option, other property tree. Now if I go into that, you see here all these are different property trees. You have RM compliance check property tree, food property tree, trump card property tree, food development, hazardous substance management, industrial hygiene, and this is the MSDS property tree. What we are seeing in my specification, it is this property tree. So what will happen if I select some other property tree? The data, if they have maintained in that property tree, will be displayed. Okay, for example, there is another property tree here called as standard. If I go down, there is a property tree called as standard. So when I select that property tree standard, you can see that here the data will change. Now we have a different set of data. Okay, this is another property tree called standard properties. Under that property tree, they have some folders like general, composition, physical chemical properties, safety related properties, medicine, measures, environmental fate and pathway, ecotoxicology, toxicology, regulations, Euclid properties, administration, all that. It is not the same data you saw in MSDS. MSDS had 16 sections and they were different data. But in the standard property tree, some other data we can maintain, like general data or safety related data we can maintain, medicine related data. So different property trees will have different types of data. Okay, another example, again right click on property tree, go to other property tree and let me select hazardous substance management. This is another property tree called as hazardous substance management. So here you have only two folders or two node value assignment types. One is input data, another is output data. So in this property tree, they are maintaining only two types of data, input data and output data. Again, right click, go to other property tree and industrial hygiene. So in industrial hygiene, these are the data we can maintain. Safety measures, safety data, physical chemical properties, limit values and regulations. This is the data we can maintain under industrial hygiene property tree. Or any compliance related data you want to maintain, like REACH is a regulation. Any regulatory data you want to maintain, you have to select that appropriate property tree and then you have to maintain. Like here, for example, we have REACH pre-registration is there, REACH properties of product are there. All these are regulatory content. So you can select any of this and you can manage the compliance related data. This is a compliance related data. So different property trees, different type of data you can maintain. So can you create your own property tree if at all you need?
Yes.
Yeah, it should
Yes.
be possible. It should be possible because see, my requirement, I am using this software in my company, my requirement will be something unique. So I cannot only think that I will be using only MSDS property tree or industrial hygiene property tree. I may want to create my own property tree and I want to create my own data. So it should be possible. You should be able to create a new property tree. Not only those which are given by SAP, you should be able to create your own property tree. And it is possible. Right? So that is your property tree. There are different property trees and under different property trees there will be different types of data. Keep that in mind. And property tree is a must. Without property tree you cannot maintain any data. It is not possible at all. Okay, that is a property tree.
Okay.
Next, let's yeah.
Hello, sir. As I know, most of the those companies taking data from third-party data provider, like 3 and Verix. So everywhere this is same, or some people, some company having its own master data. They are maintaining its.
Yeah, companies will have their own master data, no doubt. Because it's not common for every company, right? Because the materials will change, the product that they are manufacturing will change, the composition in those product will change. So obviously master data will also change.
Okay,
But
so
ideally,
is there any special team so they can monitor the according the government rules and regulations like regulations and all,
see,
or
that is why we
who
take
will?
data from third party providers. No, otherwise, why do we need them? What is the job of the third party data providers? They are the people who will keep an eye on regulatory changes. Like, for example, 3C you told, no? That is there.
Yeah, but
There are a couple of
but
other
as you
companies.
say, in case of miss company which is which are maintaining their own data by themselves, means like how they
Hmm.
will going to manage them.
Then they have to track the changes in regulation. They will have a compliance
Mhm.
team. They will keep an eye
Okay.
whenever there is any change in regulation. See, first of all, they will get a notification, no doubt about that. Just like how you get news
Mhm.
updates, no? They will get the update, no problem. But there are some companies who don't want to do that job, or they feel that anyways will hire a third party person to provide that data. It is your wish.
Mhm.
You can monitor the changes in regulation yourself. You can keep a separate person for that, or maybe the third party data providers, they can also update you with any changes in the regulation.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sir, I have a doubt. You told functional team can create another thing, like as
Hmm.
remarks. So
Yeah,
how to create, sir, here?
I will tell Neela, don't worry. It is more
Okay, sir.
advanced. I don't want to confuse you people. If I start with that, you will get confused. So let's
Okay,
keep
sir.
it aside. I will
Just,
just.
just, just one question I have.
Hmm.
Is this property tree a specification type?
No, it is not.
Okay, so under which section will this property tree will come for a
See here.
for a specific substance?
See, the specification type is given here. This is our specification type. This specification is there, no 168. This belongs to real substance specification type, and it comes under substance category.
Okay, okay.
Property tree is different. This specification type is different. That is a type of substance we are saying, we are subclassifying. Under that subclassification, what data do you want to create? So it is
Okay, so
independent.
each substance will have a specification tree.
Not different. See, under each specification type, there will be a lot of specifications. Okay, for example, when I say, what example can I give? Okay, when I say flammable liquids, under liquid category, there are different types of liquids.
Yes, yes,
At least you agree to that.
yes.
Huh. So when I ask under the liquid category, how many types of liquids are there? They can be, for example, flammable liquids. They can be different juices. They can be different types of water. And I can just keep on going. Like if there are any other type of liquids, I can say that even they are belonging to different sub-classification. So here when I say real substance, it is a sub-classification of a substance category. Okay, and if you
Okay.
take the example of flammable liquid, let's say compare this real substance with a flammable liquid. Can you name some of them? How many flammable liquids are there and what they are? You don't have to tell me all flammable liquids. I'm just asking for example.
Fuel like petrol, diesel.
Yeah, you have petrol, diesel, kerosene, and I think even sulfuric acid may also catch fire, even that is flammable. Okay, hydrochloric acid, and
And all.
some chemical liquids also catch fire, right?
Okay.
Okay, so there are different types of flammable liquids. Because there are different types of flammable liquids, should we not create different specification for them?
Yes.
So under each specification type, there will be a number of specifications, not just one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you tell me that in flammable liquid there is just one petrol, there is no other liquid, it is only petrol, then okay, I can say fine. For the flammable liquid specification type, there is just petrol, so just one specification we have to create. But that is not the case, no? There are many other flammable liquids. So similarly, when I say real substance, under that real substance, there can be so many other specifications. Sometimes 500, sometimes 600. It depends how much you want to create. So your property tree is different, specification type is different. It is a subcategory. Specification type is a subcategory. And material safety data sheet is the type of data you want to maintain for that chemical. So both are different, no?
Yes.
Okay, so that's your property tree. Next, let's define value assignment types. So how will you define value assignment types? You know what it is, but if you have to define, you need to have a definition for that. Okay, so let me write this function is used to enter structured specification data and information. Okay, so what is a value assignment type? A value assignment type is a function which is used to enter structured specification data and information. So what do they mean? What they are trying to say? Again, let's go back to the server. Value assignment type is a function which is used to enter structured specification data and information. What is a structured specification data? A structured specification data means, see, when I go to firefighting measures, okay, this is a value assignment type. Under this firefighting measures, what kind of data can I expect?
Information
Or
about the extinguishing media.
yeah, I will get the information related to fire, right? It can be the type of extinguishing media we want to use, or what are the byproducts during the firefighting process, what are the PPEs we have to use during firefighting, okay, what are the hazards during firefighting. Whatever data you find inside will be only related to firefighting. Do you get any first aid measures in the firefighting section?
No.
No, because we have a separate value assignment type to capture that data. In firefighting measures, we are only going to see firefighting related data, nothing more than that. So if you look at the data inside, we have extinguishing media, hazards during firefighting, PPE during firefighting, further advice, fire and explosion protection, flashpoint, upper explosion, lower explosion, reactions, hazardous reactions, auto ignition temperature. All this data is related to fire safety. Okay, all these normal value assignment types are related to fire safety. So therefore, when I create this value assignment type firefighting measures, I can maintain the structured specification data, meaning I can manage the data which is relevant to that particular value assignment type. So in the firefighting measures, I am only going to maintain the firefighting related data. Similarly, when I go to first aid measures, I can maintain only the first aid related data. Here you don't find toxicological information or handling and storage or firefighting measures. No, this is not about that. The VAT name is very clearly telling you these are first aid measures. So therefore you can only maintain the first aid related data. So this data is called as a structured data because it is relevant and it is logical. Right? You are getting my point. Value assignment types is a function which is used to maintain structured specification data and information. So we have different types of VATs. Under each VAT, we are maintaining only that related data. So when you go to physical chemical properties, what do you expect? We will have only physical chemical properties of that chemical. So is it not a structured specification data? When you go to transport information, what are you going to find? Transport related safety instructions. Under regulatory information, you will find the regulatory data. It is like that. The value assignment types are used to manage structured specification data and information. Okay, so no need to deep dive so much, but just understand VATs are used to enter structured specification data and information. Very simple. And in that there are two types we have already seen. One is a node, another is a normal. That is your value assignment type. Can we create our own value assignment types? There are 16 sections. No, tomorrow the regulation may change. They may say, no, you have to maintain 18 sections in a MSDS. So what will you do?
We'll add a VAT. We'll add a VAT.
Yeah, we have to add. We have to create a new value assignment type, that is node, and then we have to make it available here. So then you will have number 17 and number 18. We can customize even that. It is possible. Right? So all this you can customize. Whatever data you are looking here in the structure, you can customize all that. It is possible.
And VAT is only applicable for property tree, right? Or is it applicable for other things also?
No, it is only applicable for your property tree. Where you are maintaining data, you are maintaining data under property tree, right?
Okay.
So it will come there. But I want to show you one more thing. See, it is not necessary every time you should have a folder. There are some property trees which do not have a node. They directly have the normal value assignment type. See, for example, if I go to the property tree, compliance check property tree, see here, we don't have a node. All are normal value assignment types. So it's not a mandatory requirement. But of course, you need to have a property tree, no doubt about that. Even if you don't keep a node value assignment type, that is okay. But you definitely need a property tree. Right? So that is your property tree and value assignment types. Next, last one, we have to know what is a characteristics. What is a characteristics? Characteristics are used to define certain properties of any object. Characteristics are used to define certain properties of any object. So here any object means normal value assignment type. See, currently we are in the value assignment type state of matter. So to define that, to explain that, we are using all these characteristics. So characteristic is used to define certain properties of any object. Here the object is state of matter. Or similarly, when I go to, let's say, color or density, when I go to color, here what is the object? We have one characteristic, and this characteristic we are using to define what?
Color. Color is the object.
Yeah, this is the object, color. Whatever value assignment type name is coming, no, that is the object. Same thing is applicable for form or odor or solubility, whatever you have here, we are using the characteristic to define that object. Because see, when I say odor, odor is a smell. What smell? It can be a pleasant smell, or it can be bitter almond, or it can be pungent smell, or ginger type smell, like that, different, rotten egg smell. Depending on the chemical, the smell will also be different. So therefore, to define this object called odor, I have to use characteristic. Under that characteristics, there will be so many other values that I have to maintain. Right? So to explain this object order, we have a characteristic with the same name, and under that there are so many values. Anyone, whichever is applicable, we have to select that. So that is your characteristic. Okay guys, clear? So this is called as the specification structure, and I have also told you how you can add the data, and how whatever data is applicable for your chemical, you have to select from the options. Like this easy clean, if it is having some kind of smell, let's say it is a slight chlorine type of smell, you can select that option. Depending on the actual scenario with your chemical. You cannot blindly select whatever value is given. You have to just make a comparison. You have to know in reality what is the smell coming out of this chemical, and then you should select the option. Now the question is, what if you don't have the option which you want to assign? Among all these different odors, you want to assign one value, but we don't have that option. Like, what can we say? What example can we give?
Aromatic.
That is there. I saw somewhere. Pleasant is there. Aromatic. See. Let's say sweet smell or sweet odor. For example, I'm only saying that is also there. Fine. See, even that is covered. Let's say sour, SOUR, sour smell. For example, sour smell. But that option is not here. So what will you do in such a case?
Manually we can add.
Manually we cannot add, because see, these phrases we have to only select from the available options. So if you find any data which is not present, you have to go and create that data. So in phrase management, we are going to learn how we can create some of the phrases or data which is not available in the list. So for example, the phrase that I want to create, sour smell, that we don't have the option. So I have to go to phrase management. There I have to create a phrase called sour, and then I can use it here. Who will do that? End user can create. Whose job is that? Creating options.
Consultant.
Consultant has to do that, because they don't know. The end user or a chemist do not create phrases. He don't know how to create. So therefore he will request you, because you are a support consultant and you have to create that. Right? You are getting my point? So that's how this works. Specification structure. And how to add the data, how to delete the data, all that we have seen. Next, we have to concentrate on the different tabs we have in a specification. What do I mean by that? See, if you go here, as soon as you select any specification, you see you will find here different tabs. This is actually a very important question. They will ask you about this. They will ask you how many tabs are there in a specification, what are those tabs, and sometimes they will ask you specific tab. They will say, what is the use of reference tab? Or they may ask you, why do we need a material assignment tab? What do we do there? So you should be in a position to explain each of these tabs. Okay, because in the interview, you can expect, if they come to specification management, definitely they will ask you. Or they may ask, what is an identifier? Anything. So how many tabs are there? There are about 8 tabs in a specification. You can count it. Specification header, restrictions tab, identifiers, references, material assignment tab, status tab, okay, relationship tab, and header status tab. See, this is little difficult, guys. Whatever you have seen so far, you may feel it was easy, but once we start understanding the tabs, it will be little difficult. So just be informed. Here, first tab is okay, specification header tab, but when we go to references, when you go to restriction tab, status tab and all, it will get more complex. So it may be difficult for you to understand. So therefore, try to revise this as much as possible and clear your doubts. Don't keep your doubts. If you keep your doubts here, you may never get the answers. Okay, so how many tabs we have? We have 8 tabs in a specification. And the names are already given. Specification header tab, restrictions tab, identifiers tab, references, material assignments tab, status tab, relationships and header status. 8 tabs are there. So starting from the first one, what is a specification header tab? By the way, what do you mean by header data? See, here it is showing header data. What do you mean by header data in SAP?
It's gives just common information is related to that particular material or specification. It will not give us like more detailed general information like.
Yeah, exactly. It will give you just general information. Or what should I say? It contains only the basic information. Basic information means, see here in the specification header tab, you can see the name of the specification, to which category it belongs, okay, to which specification type it belongs, what is the substance nature. So when we are creating a specification, that material, what is the nature of that material? So that also you can maintain here called substance nature. Then we have authorization group. Then you can also add a note if you want. And there is a administration data. So this entire thing, if you take a look, what is this called as? This is called as a header data or basic information. In SAP, whenever you come across this word header data, always remember it means basic information. Okay, that is a header data. So in the specification header tab, we are going to find the basic information about that specification, like specification name or number, category name, specification type name, substance nature. I told you there will be different nature to the material that you want to create. Okay, some will be acids, some will be catalysts, some will be chemicals. So you have different types of substance nature. So the specification you are creating for some material, what is the nature of that material? That you have to select. It can be they have created general chemical or chemicals or lubricant, or it can be a catalyst, or it can be a substance, polymer or not a polymer, organic substance, inorganic substance. Like that, there are different substance natures. So to whichever nature your chemical belongs or your substance belongs, you have to select that option. So here, can we create a new substance nature? This is the list. So whatever is available, I have to select from the available options. Can I create a new one? For example, let's say I want to create an organic substance. Here we have unorganic, but I don't find any organic one. Let's say I want to create a substance, organic. Is it possible?
Yes, you can create your own to identify these materials. Yeah.
How will you create? We have to go to SPRO, and in that there is a customizing section where you can create a substance nature. Don't worry, I'll show that. But for now, I will just give you some basic idea about the specification header data. We can create a substance nature, no doubt. Next, what is the authorization group? You see here they have given an option called authorization group. What does it mean?
Who all can access this?
Yeah, who are the people or who are the SAP users who can access this specification data? So all means anybody who has access to the specification management, those people can access the specification data. And you can even do the restriction. For example, when you go to the options, you can find that there are some divisions in a company. Okay, take Tata Group for example. Tata Group is having different companies, no? It is having Tata Chemicals, Tata Communication, Tata Motors, Tata Steel. There are different divisions. Tata Consumer, even that is there. So, if a SAP user is creating a specification, let's say for Tata Chemical, he is working for Tata Chemicals and he is creating a specification for their chemical product, and he does not want the employees from other divisions to see the data. So what he can do? He can select only his division name. Let's say for example, here they have given IDs chemicals, let's say it is Tata Chemicals. So when he selects that option, what will happen? This specification data can only be accessed by the chemicals division, that is Tata Chemicals. The employee from Tata Steel cannot access, the employee from Tata Motors cannot access, because the authorization group is only given to Tata Chemicals. So like that, you can authorize only a group of SAP users to access this specification data. Or if you select all, then anybody who is working for that organization can access the specification data. So that is why they had selected here all. All means access authorization for all business areas. That is called as a authorization group. And you can add a comment if you want.
What if I have to give permission to 2 groups or more than 2 to 3 groups? Not all.
So you want to combine Tata Steel and Tata Chemicals. For these two group of companies, you want to give access, right? That is what you are saying.
Yeah.
In that case, you have to create a new authorization group. So what you need to do, you need to create one more authorization group. Let's call it as Tata_CG, for example. And there you have to add only those two companies, Tata Chemicals and Tata Steel. So when you select that, let's say for example this YSA G1 is having the authorization for Tata Steel and Tata Chemicals. So when you select that, it is understood only those two companies or the employees in that companies will be able to access this data. You have to create a new group in that case. If you want to combine, or if you want to, let's say, create your own set of conditions, then you have to create a new authorization group and you have to add it here.